Okay, third YouTube video. A little bit of an upgrade with the background, the whole software and quality, so a little bit of a step in the right direction. Like I said many times, you just gotta get started. Can't be sitting my ass waiting for the rest of my life just to get something done, so get started, improve as you go. Do not sit in your ass waiting. Now, a little bit of a very simple and straightforward presentation today. I just want to discuss how to create a simple eating structure for sustainable results. On something very simple, very easy. We're not going to dive into any specifics in terms of calories, macros breakdown, or anything like that. Just the overall structure to give you a little bit of an idea in how to structure eating for something that I know 1000% is extremely sustainable, is extremely doable. It's nothing out of the gate. It's not gonna turn anyone's life upside down. It takes a little bit of work, very tiny, but the results are definitely worth it. So we on. What do I eat? Simple meal structure for sustainable results. Again, very brief, very an overall look, just to give an idea of how a sustainable eating structure looks like. Now, first of all, why most people fail is generally for the lack of consistency in a meal routine. Or you might be skipping meals, snacking all day, trying to eat healthy, but not necessarily eating smart for your goals. Sometimes we might not have an idea of how to feel properly. You're going to be hearing this over and over again. Tracking for me, it takes too much time, it takes too much effort, it's not sustainable. It's definitely a good first step towards creating a sustainable eating structure, but it's not the end game. And probably the number one reason that I see people failing is because we don't have a long-term plan. Now, the way I look at this is most people are driving only thinking about 25, 50 meters ahead of them. So you're always a little bit scared. You don't know what's ahead of you. You don't know how fast you can go. You know when there's a curve coming. But if you can see the whole way ahead of you, if you have a GPS, the street has tons of lights, you can see exactly how you're going, how far you should be going, how fast any sort of turns. It's a hell lot easier to lose weight and to get results. So one of the main takeaways from today, make sure you know everything that's ahead of you. Because once you know that, getting results and moving forward is the easiest thing in the world. Now, a solution that I came up with in the last couple of years doing this full time. 3 balanced home meals. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in a second. I don't believe, hand to heart, any adult, anyone that's serious about their healthy, anyone that cares about how they look and how they feel, should be eating any less than 3 home meals a day. When I mean balanced and home meals a day, I mean real food. Chicken, steak, salmon, fish, tuna, eggs, potato, pasta, rice, kumra. No wraps, nor cans of tuna, nor meal replacements or snacks or anything like that. I do love 3 whole meals and 2 protein-based snacks, which I'll cover that in a second. 3 whole meals and let's say 2 protein shakes, or maybe you don't like protein shake, maybe you had some bad experience, but there are other options that definitely work for everyone. A lot of times I hear, I don't like protein shakes, I don't think I should be eating those. And it generally comes from bad experience. They're great protein shakes ideas that works for everyone that has any sort of dairy allergy, gluten, soy. There are definitely choices out there. But if you don't want to do a protein shake, some like yogurt, cottage cheese, there are several other options. But 2 snacks, they're reasonably high protein with 3 balanced whole meals. I can promise you, very easy, very sustainable. And if you tell me you don't have time for that, you're saying you don't have time to look after yourself. If you meal prep, again, if you know the road ahead of you, how far you're going, how long it's going to take, prepping and having those meals on point are extremely easy. The problem comes from when you put in all this effort and you're not seeing results and you just go, fuck it, why not just give up? But nutrition, the way it works, is you always going to be slightly uncomfortable, but seeing tons of results. Where most people go wrong, they put a shit ton of effort, they see very little results, and just go, wow, what's the point? Now, this is something that I can promise is easy to follow, and you don't need to track anything. Tracking, again, too much time, too much work. I work with adults, people that have lives, jobs, friends, family, studying, working, studying, and kids, that tracking everything's not the most sustainable or efficient way of losing weight. Eating 2 to 4 hours, I don't like things like not breakfast or not eating after 6. Every time I see people going a long period of time without eating, their results are so painfully slow that's not even funny. Eating every 2 to 4 hours, even if it's a small snack or a small whole protein meals, I can guarantee you your body's gonna be moving a hell lot faster. I like all meals to be about the same size. I don't like massive breakfast, nothing for lunch, big dinner. Again, results are very, very slow, if any results at all. And if you tell me maybe I do get some results, eventually it's going to stop. Things like fasting, keto, not having breakfast, or all this bullshit, they work until they don't. And then you don't know what to do after. And you're going to keep hammering the same but work in the past. And you go from taking a shortcut, going back to fucking around, shortcut, fucking around, and you don't get anywhere. All meals about the same size. That's key to have people feeling great, tons of energy, no digestive issues, body moving fast. And then again, back to the long-term plan, understanding how much weight you need to lose, how long it's gonna take, what you need to do after, how many weeks, what's the average of weight loss per week. That's a good rate. Are you gonna keep going after 3, 4, 5, 6 months? Are you gonna stop? How are you gonna reverse out of there? What is the long-term goals? There is a lot of considerations compared to just calories, just high protein ideas or anything like that. Now, very, very easy when we're breaking down meals. I always pick 2 or 3 protein choices for main meals and then 1 or 2 protein choices for the snacks. So for meals, let's say it could be 100 grams of chicken, steak, salmon, or mince. And then for high protein snacks could be whey, cottage cheese, or protein yogurt, eggs, tuna, vegan meat, maybe. So there's quite a few choices in here that you're always gonna go, let me pick a source of protein, a source of fat, carbs, which could be rice, potatoes, pasta, kumara. There's nothing in here that needs to be demonized. I have helped people lose weight while eating bread, eating LCM bars, rice cake, bagels, fruit. There's nothing that needs to be demonized. If you know how to structure your day, if you know how to eat, if you know how to be consistent, how to look at feedback, you can easily lose weight eating all those things. Now, in terms of fats, I always go olive oil, avocado, nuts, and maybe pesto for the main meals. I try not to use cheese as much. I'll avoid as much as I can. I always feel that it does hold people back. Dark chocolate, such a great tool for people that have a sweet tooth. Nut butter, coconut, they're all very, very helpful and keep the meals a little bit more interesting, especially now with summer coming. You're gonna be eating something nice, light, and sweet. Some snack ideas, yogurt, smoothie, oats, protein powder, wheat bakes. Whenever looking at some snack ideas, I always try, okay, let's find a source of protein, some source of fats, peanut butter, dark chocolate, coconut, nuts, and then fruit. I believe everyone should be eating 1 serving fruit, 1 or 2 servings of fruit every single day. Even at a fat loss, fruit is absolutely king. And for healthy, for sweet tooth, absolutely great choice. Now, very simple. I actually really dislike how this came out, but the main thing I would like for you to get out of today's presentation is nutrition, getting results is not about numbers. People can say whatever, just calorie deficit, just track your macros or whatever. For me, it's a feedback game. And that's where coaches come into place. That's where someone with experience can take you through this feedback process, not a numbers game. You can Google, you can get AI to give a nutrition plan, you can find out how many macros you should be eating. Someone could even give you a nutrition plan all written down. But if you don't know how to go through a feedback process, I can guarantee you, you're not gonna get very far. I could very well just write it down, give you a nutrition plan. In a month, you might have made a little bit of progress, and then it's slowly gonna revert back to normal. Compared to when you take someone on, we know how much weight they should be losing, we know what kind of speed, we know what we're gonna be doing after. the same person doing exactly the same plan by themselves compared to with someone that know what they're doing. Option B is always gonna get much further ahead, much quicker. And also is gonna have a lot more confidence in what needs to be done moving forward. So please understand, it's not a numbers game, it's a feedback game. That's everything for today. Let me stop sharing this. That's everything. Just a very easy and straightforward structure in how to eat. If you want to know more, if you want to learn, if you want to understand, please, you're always welcome to flick my message on Instagram.